Happy Friday or Friday. We've made it through another week of distance learning, and I couldn't tell you more how proud I am of all of you for the wonderful job you're doing in all your schoolwork and just being amazing. Okay, so today we are going to do something a little bit different in Wordwork. We are going to learn about special words called homophones. But before we learn about homophones and what that means, weird word, we are just going to review our snap words. Remember, yesterday we did a whole activity on 5 new snap words. And if you forgot, snap words are words that you need to know in a snap, which means you just look at it and you know what it says. You don't have to sound it out. It's an automatic. I know that word. It is the word friend. So we're just going to go over our 5 new snap words before we start our lesson for word work today. So our first word is friend, and it is spelled F-R-I-E-N-D. And something cool about friend is it has the word end in it. So you can always think like, oh, that's friend. I know that in a snap. My next word is other, and that is spelled O-T-H-E-R, other. Next is another. A-N-O-T-H-E-R, another. And remember, we talked about it yesterday. It has other in it, but and in front of it, another. Next is nothing. N-O-T-H-I-N-G, nothing. And our last word for today is none. N-O-N-E. So remember, these are our snap words. While you're reading or just looking around or whatever, if you come across one of our snap words, give yourself a pat on the back and say, wow, that's one of my snap words. And I read it in a snap. Okay, but now we're going to move on to our word work for today. And our word work for today is on homophones. A homophone is something very weird, I guess you could say. It is 2 words that sound exactly the same, but have completely different spellings and completely different meanings. That's like mind-blowing, right? Weird. Why would people do that to us? But they did, and we are going to learn about them today. So today we are learning about homophones. And what a homophone is words that sound the same, but they look and mean something very different, completely different. So one example I can give you is like 8, like the number. I have 8 strawberries, or I had 8 pieces of candy. That is spelled E-I-G-H-T, and we know that that means the number. Or I could say, I ate some candy, or I ate watermelon, or I ate lunch at 12:30, and that 8 is spelled A-T-E. They sound exactly the same, but they mean something so different. One is a number, and one is like to eat something. So I'm going to give you a few other examples, and then I will show you what your word work job is today, okay? So the first example is mail, like a letter, and this next example is mail, like a boy. So the mail, like you would go to the post office to get, or like wait for your mailman, or you'd get out of your mailbox, is spelt M-A-I-L. And the mail, like a boy, is spelled M-A-L-E. If I didn't show you the spelling or put them in the sentence and I just said mail, you'd be like, which one is she talking about? Is she talking about like a letter, or is she talking about a boy? That's why you have to use your context clues in a sentence to figure out which word or which meaning of the word we're talking about. And you're going to use that a lot in reading. That's why homophones are so important. Next is sea, like the ocean, and that is spelled S-E-A. And the next C is S-E-E, like I see you. And like I said, that's S-E-E. Both say see, but they are spelled different and mean very different things. Seeing things is so different than being in the ocean, or like the ocean like that you swim in. So different. Next, I'm going to go to pair. Pair is this pair is P-A-I-R, and it's when you have 2 of something. A pair of socks, a pair of shoes. I have a pair of hands. That is P-A-I-R. And then the other pair is one of my favorite fruits, and that is P-E-A-R. Same thing, sound the same, means something very different. One is two of something and one is a fruit. What? Last, I have whale, like, means you're like really, really crying. And that's spelled W-A-I-L. And the next whale is that big gray animal in the sea. And that's W-H-A-L-E. Very different things. To cry and a big animal in the sea, so different, but they sound the same. And that is why they are special and called homophones. I was reading and I learned that there are 7,000 different types of homophones. We're just going to talk about, for your word work today, we're going to talk about 3 pairs, okay? So I'm just going to get my computer and show you. Today for word work, with your assignment, we'll see this paper. You do not have to print it like I've told you the past couple days. You can just pull it up on your screen. If you can see it, I'm holding it right. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different examples. And you're going to read the sentence or have someone help you if you're struggling, and they can read the sentence to you. And you have to figure out which one does that mean? Like which word is that? What? And then you have to draw a picture to go with it. So let's do the first one together. So our first pair is, the first one says the spider had 8 legs. Spider had 8 legs. Oh, that E-I-G-H-T, that 8 means how many legs he had. So I'm going to draw the number, or I would draw something with 8. So in that box, I would just do an 8. Bigger than that. And then the next one is we ate hot dogs for dinner. And then that box, you're just going to, that 8 is A-T-E. And oh, I know that means that somebody's putting something in their mouth and chewing it. And I would draw a picture of maybe like a mouth with like something in it, or a person with some food, or somebody eating. Okay? So then the next one is there's bear and flower. So you can, like I said, you can have somebody print this for you. If not, in your Wordwork workbooks, notebooks, or on a white piece of paper or on your whiteboard, you are just going to write the word that is underlined. The homophone word is underlined in each of those examples. So, for example, the one we just went over, you would write E-I-G-H-T and draw the number 8, and then you would write A-T-E and draw a picture of somebody eating, or someone who ate something, chewing food in their mouth. That is it for word work today. I did put an additional activity you could do in with your assignment. That is optional. You do not have to do it. I just thought it was something fun and you might enjoy doing it. So it's there as an option. Like I said, you do not have to do it. Your only word work today is these 6 homophone words, 3 pairs, and you're just drawing 6 little pictures. Okay? Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you again on Monday. Keep learning, keep being great, and keep smiling. Bye, first grade.